Hey everybody, this is CCat or Crystal Cat 73, and today I'm going to be making a new keychain because my old keychain that I had broken. So I'm just going to be making a new one, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate how I do that. First of all, it's like this started off as a plastic lid. I don't know if you can see that. And the little triangle right there, I don't know if you can see it, but it has to be a number 6. You can do this with any lid as long as it's a number 6. Or you can buy the Shrinky Dinks paper or shrink paper, but I don't really like the shrink paper. It's I find that it's the cook time on it, it's because we have to cook this, is much more I don't know how to explain it, not as stable as this. This is a sure thing. And the first thing that you have to do, this is the image I'm gonna be using right here. It's sand it down on one side. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out which one. The easiest one I think would be to do is sand with the little curve up on the plastic lid that I started. And then you use sandpaper on there and just kind of sand it as much as you can. I'm gonna maybe do it this way, that way I can better see the image. And get as much as you can around all the edges. I think it's a more higher grade sandpaper than I should really use, but it doesn't really make much difference as long as the surface that you're doing it on is I don't know how to explain it, perfect sanded, and you get it in there and get as much as you can. Because most of it's just gonna pretty much go away after you get it kind of cooked and put it in the oven. And usually at 350 to 375, depending on what you have in your how your oven works. I'm gonna get it more in the middle because that's where I'm gonna be drawing from. And the shrink wrap, I do have shrink wrap, I guess shrink paper. But it's I use it for more bigger projects if I'm gonna make window decor. Let's see, I'll hold it up to the light and see how much I got. I've got most of it, so that seems pretty good. So this is what you do, is you take the image and you draw it out. This pencil sharpener is a little bit not as sharp as I want it, so I'm going to put it in my pencil sharpener. And this is a Mr. Pen brand that I got off of Amazon. And I really say I'm really very satisfied with this pencil sharpener. I've been really happy with it. So, and it's you can usually any printout image. Don't make the thing is if you're going to do the image, try to go with an image that's not too complicated, if that makes any sense. Because if you do that, it's there's just going to be way too much going on. And remember, it's going to, when you cook it, it's going to cook down. Let me see if I can find my little keychain. It's going to cook down. I don't know if you can see these right here. They're going to cook down. To down to here, So it's it's going to pretty much go from there to this. And when you do words, it's my back recommendation is it's I had to learn this the hard way. It's do it backwards and do the shiny, because one side's going to be shiny and one side's not. And the shiny side, it's if you usually probably want a more nice image there, you're going to have to do it backwards. And I had to learn to do that in a couple different tries. And somebody's here to visit, so we'll see if we can just work around her. Maybe she'll be good today. I don't know. Sometimes she is. Sometimes she's not. She usually just likes to be up here with me. Please don't sit on my image. And I do have an eraser just in case I need to go over it. Like I said, but it's the thing is though, the pencil will kind of show up a little bit, and I usually use color pencils. A lot of people with this thing, it's they use markers, but I find some are markers. If you use markers, sometimes it will bleed. Come on, let's go. Come on, come over here. Here. There. Go over there, please. Let's see if we can find a toy for her to play with. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah. Thank you. And then she knocked a bunch of stuff on her way out. Very cat thing to do. And this is a new image that I'm working with, so hopefully it works out. It's not going to look perfect, you know, the image I'm using, you know. Because you're going to be coloring it in with color pencil anyway. So, you know, it kind of doesn't matter too much, if that makes any sense. Can you, like, just, like, go somewhere else, please? I don't want to have to put you in another room, but it's like... Let's see. That's my little favorite. Come on, let's go. Come on, down here. Come on. Maybe I ought to try to go out. Come on. Come on. Okay. Thank you. Like I said, she likes to be a part of the you know, the scene or whatever. And I might have to, like, because she moved it a little bit, have to go over and do kind of like again on a certain part of this. Like I said, I'm going to be covering up with marker, but I still kind of want to get the gist of, like, you know, what I'm doing, you know what I mean? I would say that the hardest part of doing this is like the eyes. So let's see. Okay. Here, trying to get it in like the best that you guys can see it. Let's see. Okay. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. So I'm not gonna go too much into, like, you know, detail, just because, like I said, again, it's just gonna be getting covered over by marker. But the next thing you do is, like, you get your, like I said, some people use markers. I use, you know, just, I use, like, you know, coloring pencil, because I find like the coloring pencil like bleeds less, because sometimes depending on what marker you have, when after you start putting it in the oven, because it has to be at the oven for 350, that it like starts to like, you know, it could bleed. Look at that. This is like why I really kind of, like I said, I really do like this pencil sharpener. I'm really glad about it. I do have an electric pencil sharpener, but it's like, you know, the electric pencil sharpener, like I said, it's kind of loud, so I don't really like using it just because of the loudness of it. You want to make sure that you get it as filled in as much as you can, because it will show up, you know, if it's like you have like empty spaces. And the next color I'm going to go with, like I said, I'm making a pride one. And I've said it before, but this is an LGBT friendly like chat, and I am a part of the community. And if you don't like that, you know, my whole thing is like, you know, you don't need to be here. I've stated many times before that it's like I'm a part of the community, and it's like, again, if you have a problem with that, it's like there's plenty of other places you can go that will like do what you want them to be and like stuff. So and the thing is, after I get the colors in, let's see, that looks a little bit wonky, but like I said, it's just going to be in my purse for my keychain, so. Okay, what's the next color? That's white. We don't need white. So, let's see if we can find yellow in here. There it is. There's yellow.
Have you been feeling sad most of the time, losing interest in things you once cared about?
Sorry, that was an ad, so I just thought I'd mute it. Let's see. And I should probably say these colors, but most of these are like the Faber-Castell ones, and they don't really give you like, at least on this, they're just like numbers. And this is like a Prismacolor one. And these are my favorite brands. I use a Prismacolor and the Faber-Castell. It's like, and I do have them on my wish list, but they're pretty much like my favorite, like, you know, brands to use, because they're smooth, if that makes any sense, and it's like they color well and they blend well. So can go over there. And I may have to do this image again, just because it's like it's a little bit off, and it's like it's a lot. I've got like a lot more like less color than I wanted, but we'll see how it looks. Let's see, green again. This one is, let's see, grass green. I don't know if that looks like grass to me or not, but the next color is like like blue and then purple. So let's see if we can find the. Okay. Let's see. I believe this is. See, I'm gonna sharpen these just a little bit, just to like kind of get an idea of what I'm working with. Oh yeah, look at that right there. Okay, this is definitely the purple, so we'll do that one next, last. And the last one, let's see, we'll do a little bit more blue, I think. There. And you want to make sure at least you've got like the lines where you can see them, so you know what to like you know, so you know what to draw over with the marker when you fill in the lines. And the last color, it's like purple, so we'll do that. So I'm confused. So do I have like 2 blues in here? I don't ever remember like getting 2 blues. I must have. This is purple. So we're gonna just go over this one. If we can. If somebody doesn't keep knocking over my stuff. Here, move over there a little bit. I don't ever remember getting this blue, but it's whatever, you know. There. And then this is the last one, and this is the purple in the Faber-Castell. And I don't use these for much for like coloring.
For business cards, but did you know we print everything?
Okay, sorry that was a longer ad than I thought. So anyway, what I was saying is like when you like this is what the final image looks like. I don't know if you saw that. And when you cut around it, make sure that you have like plenty of space around there. And like kind of like leave a little bit of space. And it's like when you cut it, understand that it's like whatever you cut, it's gonna show up. So like say if there's like a little like divot like that, that is gonna show up when you put it in the oven and cook it. So make sure that you have enough space to work with. And that and stuff just to like kind of, you know, go around it and whatever. So, and then wherever you want to punch the hole, just make sure that there's enough space. So, because I kind of want it up here, that's where I want the hole to be. And this is my hole punch. I do have a wish list. You know, for like Faber-Castell pencils and like a decent like how to explain it, and like a decent like you know, coloring pencils and a decent like hole puncher. So this is what you do. You make sure that there's enough space like to like kind of do it, because if you have to like to get between the plastic up here and the whole like the image, depending where you want it. So okay, and then what I'm gonna do is like I've already got my oven warm enough. I'm gonna put it on this cookie sheet right here, and this cookie sheet is very specific for this like artwork that I'm doing. So, and then I have like something like you have to watch it and keep your eyes on it. So I'll be probably away for a few minutes, and you have to watch it and keep your eyes on it, and then press it down as soon as it starts to curl. Because it's going to start to curl, so you have to make sure that you keep your eyes on it. So, I'm going to go put it in the oven really quick. And right now it's warming up, so it should be okay for me to talk to you guys for a few minutes. One of the projects that I'm gonna be like working down the later down the road with, after it's like, you know, because this will be like later, like probably in like, you know, maybe like this thing I got off the free table down in the community room. It's like a kind of little small dog image of like diamond art, or I might do a 3D puzzle, and I won't do the whole entire complete one, but I'll just kind of, you know, how to explain it, like kind of like do them like, you know, like part way, and then finish it off and do a next project. But It's still a little bit hot, but I can handle it because I have cooked hands. But this is the final image. I will take this off of my my old keychain off and put the new one on. Like I said, my old one broke. But this is basically what it looks like, and this is the final product. And I appreciate you guys watching. So, like I said, you can see how much it went from this to that. See right there? So it does shrink down a lot. And it's like I have been trying to figure out how to sell them and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. I do sell them at my Pride. I'm trying to figure out how to set up an account, maybe to sell them online, but this is the final image. And thanks guys for watching. I have more projects to come here and there, and like maybe to read a few stories and put them out on Friday. You guys rock glitter socks, and thanks for watching.